Yeah, we're gonna leave that in. Hey, what's up? So, let's get into it. You saw the title of the video, and my eyes look crazy. If I'm gonna talk to you, I may as well not look like I'm high. But that's one of the things about glaucoma medicine. So, this is the story about my discovery of having glaucoma 16 years ago. At the tender young age of 41. Yes, I'll be 57 in August. So, let's get these eyes right. And I have notes. I noticed a lot of people on YouTube do a, just speak from off the top of their head, but I will get distracted very easily by these birds or whatever. So I have to take notes and make sure that I cover everything. And then I don't bring on glasses out here so I can see it. But anyway, so this is the first of 2 videos that I'm going to do. The second one is going to talk about my decision to relocate to South Africa, which is what my channel is all about. As a man of a certain age, retired man of a certain age, relocating and living his best life in South Africa with glaucoma. So first off, let me explain what glaucoma is if you don't know. Glaucoma is a gradual degenerative disease where the optic nerve, which connects the eye to the brain, is slowly being damaged by pressure in the eye. There are other things that can cause glaucoma, but that's what's happening with me. It can be inherited, which is my case. Didn't know that my mom was diagnosed with it in one eye. She takes up drops on and off. Her vision is better than mine. She's 83. And I think one of my grandparents had it, but I'm not sure. But, for challenging eyesight was a thing in my family. Even though, most people wear glasses, but that's a totally different thing. You wear glasses for the front of your eyes, which will, be a part of my story. So anyway, back in 2008, living my best life, 41 years old, homeowner here in Atlanta. In my second, third year as a principal. Things were going well, going to the eye doctor, getting regular checkups. And I was always told that my pressures were kind of high. So one doctor recommended me to go see a specialist because he said, I think you may have, glaucoma. I'm like, glaucoma, that's what old people get glaucoma. I'm far from that. No, you're wrong. So I went to the specialist and the specialist said, yeah, you have beginning stages of glaucoma. I didn't go back. Because I didn't want to believe it. I was like, what you mean glaucoma? I can see, I'm fine, I'm good. But as a typical black man, I just, didn't go to the doctor anymore for a good little minute. I think the next time I saw a doctor was a couple of years later when I actually started noticing some changes in my vision. In 2012, I moved to Chicago. And while I was in Chicago, the buildings, the schools where I was principal, I had 2 different schools. I was principal there. And the schools there, have like first floor, second floor, third floor, or first or second floor. They have steps. So that was when I first started noticing some vision challenges, because, normal sighted person can walk downstairs and look at the person they're talking to, look around, and they can still see the stairs. So my lower peripheral was the first to go, because I noticed that when I got the stairs, I had to look down at the stairs to see them, because I couldn't see them anymore. I really noticed it when I was walking downtown Chicago in the snow. and I couldn't see where the curb was because like everything was snowed over, and there was like a difference in the levels, but from my vision, everything was just white and it looked straight. So I fell downtown Chicago in the snow. And I actually lost some headphones down there too. I, I had some wired, the headphones were just connected with one wire, and they fell in the snow. And eyes look better, yeah. They fell in the snow, and I couldn't find them because I was in the street. So anyway, that's when I went to a glaucoma specialist there. I did go to another specialist before I moved, and all of my glaucoma specialists have been very like cutthroat with me. Like, look, man, you may be young, but you about to lose your vision. So the one here before I moved to Chicago, he took me out of the examination room to the lobby. He said, I want you to look at the people out here. What's the difference between you and these people? I said, I mean, most of these people out here are older. He said, yeah, and your eyes are worse than all of theirs. I was like, what? So, you know, I did start taking drops then. Yeah, that was like the year before I moved to Chicago, or the year that I moved to Chicago. But anyway, in Chicago, I did see a specialist there as well. He had me on different drops, but they were like super expensive. Fast forward to 2016 when I moved back to Atlanta. Some things were going on in my world, and I'll talk about that in other videos, but there were some challenging things that were going on in my world. But I was handling it, you know, because I'm still thinking, you know, eye pressure is related to blood pressure. And my blood, you know, I was on blood pressure medicine since I was 30, I think, 35. And, you know, my blood pressure was good. So I'm thinking like, you know, I'm exercising, I'm doing the right things for my blood pressure. My blood pressure is under control. Why is my eye pressure out of control? So I didn't know it was two different things. But anyway, you know, stress can impact not only blood pressure, but eye pressure as well. So a lot of stressful things that were going on. A lot of good things were going on. A lot of challenging things were going on between 2016 and when I got back in 2016. 2017, 2018, I had my first procedure on my eyes, which is called a YAG laser surgery. Basically, the eye doctor, the ophthalmologist, put a hole at the top of my eye, the top of the brown part of my eye, on both eyes to help the drainage. That's the thing, that you want to help the eye drain the fluid out, because sometimes the natural drain is there gets stopped up. So he wanted to drain the fluid out of my eye. So he did the YAG surgery, which was the experience did not hurt, but it was just like intense, I guess, because, you know, they numbed my eye, they put this gel on my eye. He put this glass thing over my eye, which held it open, which I'm thinking, you know, like I'm gonna be straining it, you know, it's like just to naturally hold your eye open is hard. But you put that glass thing over there, that wasn't bad. But my whole thing was like, you're about to shoot a laser in my eye. So he had an assistant to hold the back of my head into the thing while he sat on the other side of the room and shot the thing. He said, don't move, don't breathe, and just felt like a little slight thump on my eye, a real slight thump on my eye. And my eye was getting hot, which is what was supposed to be happening. So, you know, my eye was kind of cloudy the rest of that day. The next week I went and had the other one done. So that brought the pressure down for a little while. 2021 was another very challenging year. There was a lot of things that went on that raised my pressure, I will say that. That was the year, one of the things that happened was the vitiligo. I used to color my beard, had a full beard, used to color it. And I noticed that, you know, some coloration underneath, and I'm thinking this is because of the years of coloring my beard. Nope, vitiligo. So dealing with vitiligo, some other challenging things, I was stressed that year. But I also decided, you know, because of a lot of changes that went on in my world, it's time for me, you know, I'm not gonna let any of this bring me down. In fact, I'm about to live my life. I'm not gonna let this tear me down and keep me from doing things that I wanna do. So I've always wanted to go to Africa and, trace my roots, go back to West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Cameroon, back where I know African Americans came from, those that will admit it. But anyway, so I toyed with the idea of it, but I ended up having to have additional surgeries. And this is where I got with my most recent doctor. And I found out that he was like cut happy. I'm drinking my protein energy drink because I got work doing that. Continue to downsize and give away, sell stuff. Anyway, later that year, I had, in 2021, I had, the cataract surgery in 2021. I had cataract surgery, which the doctor said that this not necessarily a glaucoma surgery because cataracts deal with the front of your eye. It's replacing the lens in the front of your eye, which will help to relieve pressure inside your eye, which is the goal. He said that I probably would not need glasses anymore. Yay. But the only thing is, like, for like 2 months, I had to wear one contact. Like, I had the surgery in this eye first, I think, because my vision was worse in this eye. So I had surgery in this eye first, like October or something like that, and this eye in December. So between those 2 times, I only wore contact in this eye. And so my depth perception was a little off because this eye was good because he put a new lens in. So I didn't need a lens over this eye. And then this eye still needed a lens to, read, to see the drive and things like that because I was nearsighted, which means I couldn't see far, I think. Anyway, I couldn't see far. So I would always wear contacts or glasses. When I came home, I would put on glasses, and they told me to pop this lens out. So I was looking crazy at home, like watching TV with one lens in and one lens out. But anyway, that actually helped a lot because my pressures went way down. I begged him to do the second surgery in December while my insurance was still, covered, because if it went over to the next year, I would have to pay an even higher deductible, which my deductible was Do Better USA. Anyway, so we move on to the next year, 2022. Some good things started happening. Some things started happening, positive things. This is the year that I was able to retire. I was able to medically retire because of my eyes, because of my glaucoma. I had the years to retire. I was close to the years here in Georgia, but if I combined all my years experience, I was like very close to the years. I would probably have to work 3 or 4 more years to get the total number of years for retirement. But with the years I had and with the diagnosis that I had, I was able to medically retire on disability because this is not going to, it's not going to get any better. It's not going to go away. There's no cure for glaucoma. So this is like a lifetime thing. So I was able to retire, and I said, okay, it's part of my retirement. I'm turning 55 this year. I'm going to Africa. So I have a good friend here in Atlanta that's a travel agent that, I talked to, and we set up the trip. And he suggested that I go to South Africa first. He said it's more like, for your first trip to Africa, you should go to South Africa because it's more like the U.S. So it'll get you a good acclimation to Africa, but it won't be like just a total culture shock. So I started connecting with people online, met a lot of good people, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa. And that's where I got this name from, actually. The people that I connected with there, they were very, very extremely friendly, but I'll talk about that in the next video. That's how I got this name too, the Zulu name Jawalani, when they saw my personality, when we would interact online. Even had someone to offer to be my tour guide, that took me around all the places that I wanted to go because I wanted to just see South Africa. My friend here, my travel agent friend, wanted me to go, fly into Johannesburg because I wanted to start in Cape Town. I knew about Cape Town. I knew about Johannesburg. So I knew I wanted to go to Cape Town first. I want to start I want to put my feet on African soil at the tip of Africa in Cape Town. Should have gone to Johannesburg first because that trip was something else, but that's in the next video. But anyway, so started planning the trip. That's when I took my first trip to Africa for 2 weeks in August. I was there for my 55th birthday. When I got back, I started planning like another trip. Because I was like, oh, I gotta go back because I did not want to leave. But, my eyes were good. But when I got back, the longer I was here, it seemed like my eyes got worse. I started to decline again. My vision started to decline again. So, 2023, I decided to start planning my next visit. And this time I was gonna go to Nigeria, Ghana. But I did want to go back to South Africa. I had to go back to South Africa. I wanted to do the Nigeria, Ghana thing and Cameroon. My sister did a DNA, and we found out that the majority of our bloodline comes from the Cameroon area, which, back then that was all the same, but anyway. So I wanted to do a trip back to Africa. Connected with somebody else in South Africa and decided to go back to South Africa instead. The more I was interacting with people, the more I was like, I could really be there. I could really stay there. But back to the glaucoma piece, I needed to have another surgery. This eye was really getting bad. In fact, it's like looking through almost like a straw with this eye. Even today, it's challenging. I have no peripheral over here. I stopped driving in 2023 by choice. My doctor said that I could he said your vision is enough that you can see, and I can actually drive. Like if I was like when I go home to my mom's in Alabama, straight on I-20, I can do that because it's just like a straight shot. But like driving here in Atlanta, it's, if you've been to Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna drive here. So I basically just stopped driving. My glaucoma specialist didn't, I was expecting them to take my license, but they didn't. They said, your vision is that you can drive. But after having 6 fender benders, that's what I left out. 6 fender benders in 2019, 5 in 2019, and a wreck in 2019, 4 fender benders in 2019, and then a fender bender in 2020. I was like, nah. And I would, since 2020, I only drove in my area. I drove to the grocery store, which was like a mile away, the gym, which was a mile away in the other direction. And other than that, I would, like if I had to go downtown, I would Uber. Because I just didn't trust my vision. I didn't trust driving in Atlanta. But anyway, so my glaucoma specialist decided that I need to have another surgery. This is called the glaucoma surgery, where they actually implanted a gel stent at the top of my eye. I may post a picture of it on here, but it's like a little gel pack. I really can't feel it. It's like a gel pack that basically helps. It's like another port. I'm gonna have to go in because I don't do bugs. It's like another port for fluid to come out of the eye. So because this eye is the worst. So had that surgery. There were some medicines that were supposed to be at the local Walgreens ready for me. They weren't, which caused the healing to scar on my eye, which the doctor had to go back in and try to clean up. He tried to clean it up on a doctor's visit, but they tried to numb my eye up, but they didn't, and I felt it. So was like, nah. So he had to go in and do another surgery. Even through clearing the scarring, that did not really help as much as he wanted it to. So he said, I need to replace it. So I had to have a third surgery on this eye where he took this off, took the gel pack off, and put another one on. And it's been doing what it's supposed to do. I'm on 3 eye drops right now. I've been on as little as one, but most of them, like one of the eye drops makes my eyes red. That's why, I sometimes take the Lumigan to Lumify, yeah, Lumify, to help to clear it up if I'm going somewhere. But other than that, if I'm just at home, I just like have red eyes like I'm high. But anyway, see, I told you I get distracted. So I decided to, yeah. All right, so I had the surgeries in 2023, and I went back to South Africa for a week in November, because even though the first trip I went to Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban, I spent like a day in Mamelodi, which is like a suburb of Pretoria. So this time in November, I spent the whole week in Pretoria because I hadn't spent time there. Had an awesome time and made it up in my mind, yeah, this is where I need to be. This is where I need to be. Because it was like calm and peaceful. So at that time I planned a trip to come and stay for a month. And this time I wanted to get an Airbnb so I could I wanted to experience like shopping, cooking, like what is it gonna be like actually living here? And so my last trip was for a month, like February 9th to March 9th. And I was able to work my retirement job. That's a whole nother story too. But my retirement job, because you gotta be able to live in Atlanta. But anyway, that's not another video. I was able to work abroad for a month. That was the limit. So I had the experience of like just going to the gym, going to the grocery store, going to the malls, living there, experiencing South Africa. And I was sold. I made my appointment to come to the visa, to the embassy here. That's part of the next story. Anyway, back to the glaucoma story. So since I've been back, my glaucoma specialist was shocked at how low my pressures were. And the only thing that I did different, I was in a different location. I was still taking the same medicines, the eye drops, but my pressures went down significantly. I think I had an appointment like the week I came back, and my pressures were low. I mean, he checked like several times because he was saying that, well, you need to get your mind ready to have another surgery. I said, well, let's see how I feel when I come back, because you said stress contributes to the pressure. So he said, okay, yeah, let's just see what they look like. And so he tried all different types of machines to, check my pressure. I said, what's going on, doc? He said, whatever you was doing works. Keep it up because your pressures are low. I had an appointment a month later, and they're going back up. So, yes, the decision has been made to leave the U.S. and go to South Africa for several reasons. And one is for these eyes. It's going to help me retain my pressures. I'm gone. I've already reached out to an ophthalmologist there in the area where I will be living, and we'll see. So the next video, like I said, is the visa process. And that's the story. I had to come up with my tagline, my shout out when I come on, and my sign off. Of course, the like and subscribe and all that good stuff. If this is the kind of content that's going to be interesting to you, let me know. It's interesting to me, and I like recording and tracking my adventures, because this is a new adventure in my life and I'm going to live it to the fullest. Take care. To the next one.